Good morning. Good morning and welcome to our yoga practice. We are settling in on the mat, probably 2-ish minutes before we get going. So a nice amount of time to get settled in and get prepared for your practice. We're just making our way onto the mat, finding a comfortable seated spot where you can invite in a little movement. It doesn't even have to be seated. We're going to begin standing today, so really, whatever spot you want to be in. You could take this time for some quiet reflection, settling the mind, or you can invite in little movement as you do that. If there's anything you like to incorporate into your practice, if you need a tissue nearby, I usually do, a glass of water, a bolster, a block. I can get that, have it nearby, arm's reach. And we're just coming onto the mat. We have probably another minute or so before we get going. Ooh. We're just making our space on the mat, preparing for our practice. Getting closer to time, we will begin standing at the front of the mat when we get there if you wanted to head that way. And as we're getting near that time, we'll all head toward that front third of the mat. We'll plant the feet, maybe hip width distance, maybe slightly wider. Give yourself a nice solid base this morning. You could shift the weight a little bit. Just kind of feeling that connection to the mat. Noticing how the toes grip, how when you shift the weight, different parts of the feet feel more connected. And then start to find that center. All four corners of each foot firmly rooted down, toes are connected to the mat. We draw awareness up. We keep a little ease at the knees. We draw the tailbone down. Make sure we're standing tall. Let those shoulders drop away from the ears as the arms hang at side body. Pinkies are toward the thighs, palms shining forward. Maybe a little tuck of the chin as you let the crown of the head reach tall. Take a nice big inhale and exhale. Breathing in through the nose and out through the nose. See if you can match the length of your inhale to the length of your exhale. And as we become more aware of the body and the breath, notice where the mind is at. See if you can draw it here to the mat, asking it to be more present with you. Notice the air around you, the earth beneath you, and the breath that you're bringing in. And as we begin our practice today, if you'd like to set an intention, just something positive that's speaking to your heart today, I welcome you to do so. This can be a nice touch point for the mind during the practice, something to both focus on and to bring you back in. When you're ready, on an inhale, we'll lift the arms. Exhale, hands to heart center. Nice big inhale as we reach. Exhale, hands to heart center. Big inhale, feel the length of the body as you stretch up. We'll pause with hands overhead, maybe interlace the fingers here. We'll gently sway side to side, little metronome. Starting to stretch through side body. Meet at center. Release the hands. Exhale, hands to heart. Nice big inhale as we reach. On the exhale, forward fold. Take the hands toward the earth. Hands can hang or touch the earth. You could hold opposite elbows in ragdoll. You could put hands on thighs for a little extra support here as we warm up. Keep that little micro bend at the knees if needed. We'll lower the hips, generous bend at the knees, belly to thighs. And gently rise up. Back to our standing posture. Inhale up the right arm. We'll bring left hand to left hip. Exhale as we take that arm over. Press the right hip out. We're shifting the weight to that right foot. Left foot can stay connected down, or you could point those toes, making your crescent moon. We'll inhale up. Exhale the right hand to hip. Inhale up the left arm, long line. Exhale as you take it over. Press into the left hip. Weight shifts to that left foot. And maybe you point the right toes. Big stretch through side body, through the hip and the ribs. Keep a little ease in that upper arm. We'll inhale back to center. Exhale as you release the arm down. Give the shoulders a little wiggle. And then find stillness. Inhale the arms up. Exhale to forward fold, whichever variation is serving you today. We'll shake the head a little yes and no here. And then find stillness. Start to engage the core as you inhale to half lift, that nice flat back. Draw the navel in toward the spine. Hands can be on shins or thighs or airplane arms. Back body is engaged and strong. Exhale as you release back to that forward fold. Lower the hips, belly to thighs. Gently rise up. Take a breath here. We'll take the feet a little wider, maybe out to the edges of the mat. Keep a little looseness in the feet and the ankles, the knees and the hips. Arms are loose too. Oh. Pardon me. And then we'll start to gently twist. Arms can knock along back body. The feet can stay connected to the mat. Or you could come up onto the ball of the foot as you twist. Really find what's working for your body this morning. Listening to your joints, your spine. Keep the arms loose and allow the gaze to just move with you as you twist. If having the gaze move with you is making you a little dizzy, you can keep it center. I just find I get a bit deeper of a twist when I allow that gaze to move with me. We'll slow it down. Coming to stillness at center. We'll leave the feet wide. Inhale the arms up. Exhale as we forward fold. Take a breath. Inhale to half lift. that 7 shape. Exhale as you release. We're going to take a little twist here. So you have some options. You can plant the hand under the head on the mat. If you have a block, you could hold that. You have a wall or a desk in front of you and you want to take it more from a 90 degree, you can. Finding what serves you. We'll take a generous bend. Right hand is down. We'll take a generous bend in that right knee as we rotate. Left arm goes to sky. I like the gaze to follow that hand because, again, I find it helps me get into my full expression of the posture. But if that's not serving you, you could stay at the side wall or down at the mat. On an exhale, we'll release the left hand down. Swap it out. Right leg straightens. Generous bend in that left knee as we rotate. Right arm reaches to the sky. Feel that rotation through the ribs. That nice open heart. And on an exhale, we'll unwind. Right hand to mat. Forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale as you release. We'll plant the hands, step one foot back and then the other. We're finding high plank. You can lower to the knees here if you like. With elbows tight to the body, we'll move through chaturanga to the belly. Uncurl the toes and inhale up to your cobra. So we're still warming up. That might be a baby cobra, might be a mid-lift. Exhale as you release. We'll pause here, chin and mat. Hands under shoulders. Warming up our back muscles a bit more. We'll inhale, baby cobra. Chin and collarbone lift. Shoulders draw away from the ears. Keep the tops of the feet connected down to the mat. And release. Take a breath. On an inhale as you lift, bring the elbows under the shoulders, forearms parallel to one another. Our Sphinx pose. The gaze is forward. The thighs are connected to the mat, the tops of the feet as well. Fingers are spread wide as the palms are down. And notice if you're collapsing into the shoulders. If you are, press into those elbows and lengthen the spine. Just like that majestic monument. Press into the palms as we take the elbows wide. Lower down, favorite cheek finds the mat. Take a breath. And swap sides. Opposite cheek goes down. Little stretch for the neck with the help of the mat. We'll bring chin to mat. Arms down along our sides. We'll lift the right foot off of the mat and let that heel fall toward our rear. You can leave it right there, let gravity do the work. You could reach back with that right hand and gently draw the foot a little closer into the body. And release. Right foot connects. We'll lift the left foot up and let that heel fall toward the body. Again, you could stay right here. Gravity helping you create a nice stretch through the thigh. You could reach back with the left hand. Hold that foot and gently draw it closer. Mindful of how each pose is feeling, making any little adjustments you need to honor your body this morning. And release. We'll bring hands under shoulders, press back hips to heels, child's pose.
You can go toes near one another, knees near one another, or you could take those knees wide to the edges of the mat. It can create a little extra space for the body, which can be really lovely. Arms are stretched overhead, palms in the mat. Let the hips settle a little closer to the heels. We'll start to walk the hands toward the knees as we lift up. We'll rise to a kneeling posture. Curl the feet and then gently sit back. Big stretch for the feet and the ankles. This can be really challenging for some people, so come in and out of it as you need to. Know that you don't have to hang out here. One more breath here. We'll inhale up. We'll bring the hands down on the mat. An extended tabletop. Give yourself some nice space here as you spread the fingers wide. Keep those toes curled. We'll lift the hips up and back as we find our down dog. We're going to explore the shape a little bit. Maybe pedaling out the feet, dropping one heel and then the other. Generous bend at the knees. You could shift the hips. Kind of seeing how it feels for your body today. And if holding in stillness is what your body is asking for, honor that as well. We'll settle in. Start to walk the hands toward the feet, finding forward fold at the back of the mat. Inhale, half lift. Exhale as you release. We'll take a big inhale to draw us up. Reach the arms tall. And exhale, hands to heart center. We'll leave the right foot where it is. Take a step forward, maybe 2 to 3 feet with the left foot. Feet are on skis, toes are forward, hands to hips to start. Long spine. We start to hinge forward, lead with the heart. And stop whenever your body needs to. That may be at 45, might be at 90. You may drop down, you may have blocks you want to incorporate here. Keep both feet firmly connected to the mat. To feel a nice stretch up the back of the left leg. We'll take a generous bend in that left leg. Press up. And then swap the feet. We're swinging that right foot forward. Left foot is back. Again, feet are on skis. Toes are forward. Long spine. Lead with the heart. As you come into this, notice if the hips are shifting really out of place. Try and keep them relatively square to the front of the mat. And know that each side's a little different, so feel free to move through the shape, testing different variations to see what's serving you on this side today. Keep breathing. Take a generous bend with that right knee. We press up. We'll bring the left foot forward to match it. And then leave left foot forward. Big step back with that right foot, planting it at about a 45. Squaring the hips to the short edge of the mat. We've got a generous bend in that left knee. Inhale the arms up. Warrior one. Palms are shining toward one another, fingers to the sky. Let the shoulders melt away from the ears.
Both feet firmly rooted down. Notice if you're really leaning forward or backward. You want to try and stay nice and centered. We'll release the hands, interlace the fingers behind the back, draw the knuckles down. And you could stay right here, nice heart opener. If you'd like, you can head to Humble Warrior, taking left shoulder toward left knee. The torso can float inside of that knee. You might rest belly on thigh a bit. Gaze is down at the mat. Keep that connection between the hands. Shoulder blades drawing together. We'll press into the left foot as we lift up. Release the hands. Shift that back foot to a 90-degree. You might have to extend your stance a bit here. We still have that generous bend in the left knee. Knee is in line with the toes. We'll draw the arms up to shoulder height, palms down, our warrior two. Draw the fingers together, little blades. One back, one forward. Nice open heart between. Drop the back hand, rotate the front palm. We'll straighten that front leg as we lift up and back. And then find that bend in the knee once more as you bring left forearm to left thigh. Reach the right arm up toward the sky. Inhale up. We'll straighten the left leg, turn that toe to the long edge of the mat. So we're in a nice wide angle stance. Inhale the arms. Exhale as we fold down. We'll walk the hands to the right as we take a generous bend with that right knee, inviting in a big stretch for the inner left thigh. Lift up as you walk the hands through center and swap sides. Generous bend in that left knee. Right leg is straight, foot is connected down. We're aware of how that leg is feeling, concentrating on the inner thigh. We'll shift back to center, engage the core as you come to half lift, and then rise all the way up. Take a breath at the top. We'll heel toe the feet together, and we'll meet at the front of the mat. I'm heading to the back of the mat just so I can mirror you guys. We'll leave right foot forward, big step back with that left foot, planting it at a 45. Check that that right knee is stacked over the ankle or a little behind it. Square the hips to the short edge of the mat. Once you've found your foundation, inhale the arms up, a warrior one, our nice victorious posture. Uplifting, maybe we draw in that intention that we set for class, tapping back into that positivity. Maybe draw in a little smile as the corners of the mouth lift up. Grateful for another day. Strong and stable here on the mat. Exhale the hands, interlace them behind the back. Draw the knuckles down. Again, you can stay right here. Nice heart opener. Or you could take right shoulder toward right knee as we head to Humble Warrior. Our feet are staying connected to the mat. Back body is engaged. Breath is steady. Press into the right foot as we lift up. Release the hands. Rotate that back foot to 90. And again, you may need to lengthen the stance. Keep that bend at the right knee, protecting the joint. Knee in line with the toes. We'll draw the arms up.
Warrior two. And notice as you hold your warrior, that right knee starts to fall in. If it does, engage that inner thigh. Keep that knee in line with the toes. We'll drop the back hand, rotate the front palm, straighten the front leg as you lift up and back. And release. We will leave the front toes where they are. We're going to heel toe that back foot in a little closer. So we want heels moderately aligned and the feet about one leg length away from each other. We'll draw the arms up to shoulder height. Start to reach forward with that right hand. We're going to shift that left hip back. Rotate the palms to the side wall and then windmill over. Hand can go to shin, thigh, a block. It can float. Left hand's reaching to the sky. Imagine the body kind of between two panes of glass here, keeping us in alignment. We'll inhale up. Exhale the hands down, swap the feet. So right foot turns to that long edge, left toes turn to the short edge. Make any little adjustments you need to. We want heels moderately aligned. Inhale the arms to shoulder height. Reach forward as you draw that hip back. Rotate the palms and windmill over. Finding your variation. Keep that rotation through the ribs. We'll inhale up. Exhale as we release the hands. We'll spin the left toes to the long edge, heel toe the feet together, safely coming out of that as we meet back toward the front of the mat in our standing pose. Inhale the arms up. Exhale as you forward fold. Inhale to half lift. Exhale as you release. Plant the hands, step one foot back and then the other, finding your high plank. Strong arms as we lower through chaturanga. Uncurl the toes. Inhale up to your cobra. Exhale as you curl the toes. Shift the hips up and back. Down dog. We'll take a few rounds of breath here. And then gently lower the knees, uncurl the toes, hips to heels, child's pose. You can leave the arms stretched overhead. You can invite in a little ease, generous bend at the elbows. The knees are near one another. You could wrap the arms down alongside body. To make a little pillow for the forehead with the hands. Finding a comfortable spot as you settle in. Notice the breath, the energy that you've cultivated, the strength that you've built. Tap back into that intention that you set for class. You can stay here as long as you want. You could shift to a shavasana if you prefer. We'll round out our practice together though. Maybe lifting up as
We bring hands together at heart center to seal it in. I encourage you to take kind thoughts, kind words, and those kind intentions with you from now until we meet again. The light in me honors the light in you. Namaste. Namaste. Thank you so much for joining me for our yoga practice today. Hope you enjoyed it. I hope you have a really wonderful day and week ahead. And I look forward to seeing you back on the mat next Tuesday morning. Bye, everyone.